A day after the PDP senators withdrew their support for President Muhammadu Buhari's government, their APC counterparts affirmed theirs. The Senate is sharply now divided over the relationship with Nigeria's #1 man. And for the first time in a long time, Kogi State lawmakers meet peacefully under one roof. Interestingly, with the Kogi State governor in a move to reconcile all parties. The question is, has peace finally come to the politics of Kogi State? That's our focus on the program. Well, many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sheung Okimbale, and we are reaching you live from our global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. Let's begin tonight with some dramatic stories coming from the People's Democratic Party headquarters in Abuja, where 3 days after the McCarthy-led caretaker committee of the People's Democratic Party conducted primaries for aspirants in the September governorship election in Edo State, Senator Alimadu Sharif faction of the party has set up another committee for the same purpose. Interesting one, isn't it? Well, the embattled chairman told journalists at the press conference in Abuja that his committee will conduct another primaries for 3 aspirants who have bought forms from his faction on Wednesday, June the 29th. According to him, the Independent Electoral Commission has sent the party their guidelines for the primaries and is determined to meet up with all the requirements set by the electoral umpire for the election. The election committee, which Senator Hope Uzodinma as its chairman, is a new twist in a power tussle that has trailed the party's leadership since its aborted Port Harcourt convention at a meeting at some zonal and national bigwigs and some elected officials.
Today we are here this morning in order to inaugurate our Edo Congress Committee. The INEC have sent us a guideline, and based on the timetable, the last day for submissions of our name to INEC for our candidates for Edo election is on 10th of July. And we want to finish all our delegates election and Congress for Edo by the 30th of this month by the grace of Allah. Already 3 people have bought forms for contest of the governorship election for Edo from the party. The party is the PDP, and there's only one PDP, which is headed by Senator Alimadu Sharif. Any other person thinks or dream that anything will happen, he's wasting his time. No. PDP and the working committee of the party, I hereby inaugurate Edo Committee, and I expect the chairman and the members of this committee to do a thorough job so that they can bring the best candidate who won the election, and we will transmit to INEC for further documentation.
Interesting. Well, you know, the interesting part is, when I say interesting, I've used that word 3 times on this story, is because 3 candidates actually came up with the Senator McCarthy committee. You know them. The man who emerged, Izzy Yamo, was one of them who emerged as a candidate there on the Monday primaries of the PDP in Edo State. It was one of them and 2 others. This time around, Senator Alimadu Sharif has announced that, okay, 3 people have committed to collect forms, nomination forms for the party's race. It's now getting more interesting, isn't it? Because we do not now know, some of us are confused as to who is really the leadership of the head in the PDP as it stands now. Alimadu Sharif just said there that anybody who thinks he's a leader is just deceiving or dreaming that he, Alimadu Sharif, is the authentic leader of the PDP. Well, we hope to see how these pans out. Well, let's now bring you some other interesting top political stories we're following right now, right here on Channels Television.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
An unusual meeting at the Aso Rock Villa. Staff of the presidential villa gathered to meet with the president. As the president emerges from his office, what he has to say is unknown to them, but the president decides to speak on the major agenda of his administration, the anti-corruption fight. President Muhammadu Buhari says he's determined to recover all looted funds as well as stop fraud in the civil service.
All fraud must be stopped.
Allocations to states have sharply dropped in the past months, forcing most states to stay below expectations and the usual capacity to deliver. Abuja is a place to look to at the end of the month for the monthly allocation sharing between the three tiers of government. This month, they shared 305.13 billion naira, an increase from the 281.5 billion naira shared in previous months. The improvement, according to the Minister of Finance, is due to the rise in accruals into the Federation accounts from non-oil and mineral revenue sources in the month of May.
Thank you for coming.
Briefing journalists at the end of the monthly Federation Accounts Allocation Committee meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, says that statutory allocation and value-added tax also recorded slight improvements during the month under review.
The variation is a positive one of 23,628 million naira.
And market women on the second East Circular area of Benin City have pledged to support the governorship flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, Godwin Obaseki, for the September the 10th, 2016 governorship election in Edo State, saying he has their full support. The residents came out in their numbers to receive Governor Adams Oshomole, who was on an inspection of the ongoing dual-carriage Second East Circular Road, accompanied by the candidate of the party and 4 of the aspirants in the primaries of the party. Governor Oshomole told the people that he was there to introduce the party candidates to them.
Well, let me just quickly introduce the next governor.
After the inspection, the governor patronized the roadside corn seller and did not wait to get home before himself and his team started feasting.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Well, and let's swiftly move to some other issues, but we'll take a moment. And when we return, Kogi State, interesting things are happening there. We have a loaded program for you tonight on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.